Your girl Taylor Swift is a witch, and if you don't believe me, then watch this video.
Okay, so remember that story of the adult woman posing as a child to adoptive family? Well, Investigation Discovery just made a documentary about the whole event, and it is shocking. I think the biggest takeaway is that Natalia wasn't some evil mastermind. She was being severely Barnett family. And there's one scene in the documentary that just really stands out to me. So the Barnetts had Natalia aged up 14 years to 22 years old so they could put her in this apartment that was definitely not ADA compliant. And the mom, Christine, would drive her Cadillac up to this low-income apartment, drop off the groceries that she bought for her, and would make Natalia carry them inside. She wouldn't even get out of the car to help. So this video was taken by Michael, the dad, and one day he comes into the apartment and sees that Natalia has donuts. And he starts losing his mind. He's like, who brought you these donuts? We didn't buy you donuts. You always lie to us. You never tell us the truth. Tell me who got you these donuts right now. And while she's getting yelled at, she looks terrified, as if disobeying the Barnetts was the worst thing she could do. Even though at this point they're saying she's 22 years old and living on her own, just leave her be. It turns out that Michael knew that Child Protective Services had been called to Natalia's apartment because the neighbors noticed that she was not being taken care of. But why are you worried about CPS, Michael, if you're not doing anything wrong and she's not a child? Another really sad takeaway from the documentary is that Michael's child, Jacob, who was this wonderkind who got his PhD at 14 years old, was so traumatized by the whole event of his parents neglecting and Natalia that he now just lives in his dad's basement and is not really putting all of his genius to use. I could go on for much longer about this documentary, but let me know if you watched it and what you thought.
Honestly, it's insane how many sick people are out there taking advantage of people, especially their own. I don't know how these people even deserve to be parents or have at all. Let me know what you guys think.
If you know, you know. Time to expose some more pizza files, if you know what I'm saying. Now, this is pure speculation, right?
We've known each other for years. Yeah. You've been to my house. We've had pizza. Girl after my own heart. Do we love a pizza or what? We love a pizza. It's so much fun. Now, someone did. I was told that you were.
Okay, that wasn't weird at all. I actually heard other people talking about Jennifer Aniston's pizza parties. So they're going back and forth talking about Jennifer Aniston, trying to get them to go out and have fun with her or go to her parties. Just pay attention to body language, gestures.
What Aniston will say to me in the middle of the night whenever I'm with her, something cool, she'll be like, you see? And I'll be like, no, you're right, this is great. And then the next morning, she'll text me and say, I know something, Wednesday night if you want. I'll be like, come on, we just did that Saturday thing. We don't have to do too good.
I like I'm going to bed at 9. I can't come over. Your thing starts at 8:30. So.
Yes, she can handle it. She can handle it.
She
Her
can.
parties are incredible in her house, too.
Yeah. She does have good parties, and she makes good pizza as well.
She makes great pizza,
Wonderful pizza. All right, just, y'all are all whatever.
I know it's not just me. Those of you who know, you know.
How was the pizza? Was it good? What, he make it
Amal's
himself?
pizza was better than Clooney's. They both made, everybody made a certain kind of pizza.
There's no pizza we didn't love.
Something that he does.
5 different kinds. 5 different kinds or 6 different kinds of pizza that night. Clooney's was excellent. Amal's was.
So I wonder why she told him to be quiet. 5 different kinds, 6 different kinds, that kind of sounds familiar.
One lady was like, how many cheeses, Jerry? Jerry was like, 7 different cheeses, 7 different cheeses. People were eating the pizza going crazy. Oh my God, I taste the cheeses, Jerry. I taste the cheeses. They brought me my piece of pizza. I took a bite. I couldn't believe it. Best pizza I've ever had in my life. Best pizza I've ever had. Had some type of lettuce on it. I've never tasted this shit. Took a white type of lettuce on it. Wait till you taste the lettuce.
He didn't just say what I think he said, did he? So somebody said he said, I told my wife, baby, listen.
Took a white baby's got some type of lettuce on it. Took a white baby's got some type of lettuce on it. Took a white baby's got some type of lettuce on it.
Okay, I'm not hearing it. Now here's the thing, y'all. It's all speculation, right? It's just a conspiracy, right? I know. We're all crazy, right?
Remember this photo of Jennifer Lopez? It was a gym photo she took, and people realized when they zoomed in a little bit, there was a person, seemed to be like a kid, or maybe a man, who knows, in the door with their mouths covered, and they look scared. Did we ever get an answer to that? Did we ever get an explanation? I just want to know. Because, yeah,
Videos that seem innocent but have a terrifying backstory. This video shows a man playing Dance Dance Revolution being unknowingly recorded by some people who are making fun of him. The man, Adam Lanza, 6 months later would shoot his mother in the head 4 times while she was asleep and then drive to Sandy Hook, where he would murder 6 adults and 20 children between the ages of 6 and 7. A popular 18-year-old CSGO YouTuber uploaded a reveal of the supercar he had just bought. He had a stream account containing around $100,000 of in-game items, which was banned 6 months later, causing him to have a mental breakdown and commit suicide. He intentionally drove the vehicle into a van, him, a mother, and her 12-year-old daughter. This video shows comic magician Tommy Cooper having a on live TV. His audience, along with the assistant, thought it was all part of the show, so they laughed along while he This video shows a Russian influencer's birthday party where she decided to throw dry ice into her swimming pool for the visual effect. Sadly, 3 people died of carbon dioxide.
Honestly, it's crazy because everybody has their own story and everybody's going through their own type of thing, so you never know what could be next. So you guys really need to be careful out there and be nice to everybody because you never know what's going on.
It's February 2017 and a man named David Krupa hands a detective a tablet. Inside is a memory card that he thinks contains the evidence that will help them catch his stalker and allow his life to finally go back to normal. Together they sift through thousands of deleted images, but there's one photo that is not like the others. And at first, the detective isn't quite sure what he's looking at. Reddish tones, skin, but then they see a familiar tattoo. And it's this detail that begins to unravel the 5-year mystery of a deranged stalker. Rewind to spring 2012. Dave Krupa is 37 years old and has just moved to Omaha, Nebraska and is looking for a fresh start. He's recently ended a 12-year relationship with his ex-girlfriend Amy, who gave him an ultimatum basically saying, "You need to marry me or I'm out." Dave soon joins the dating site Plenty of Fish to see if he can find someone who just wants to have a good time and isn't looking for something serious. That's where he meets Shanna Liz Gollier, who simply goes by Liz. At first, things are great. The two regularly go on dates, which are pretty casual, but when things start to become more Liz wants something serious. Dave, on the other hand, isn't quite ready to get into a relationship yet, so he tells her that he wants to see other people. In October of 2017, Dave is working at his auto shop when a woman walks in that catches his eye. Her name is Carrie Farver, and she comes into the shop because her SUV is acting up again. A few days pass by, and while scrolling on the dating site Plenty of Fish, Dave comes across Carrie's profile, so he reaches out and sets up a date. However, just 2 weeks after seeing each other, he starts falling for this girl, and thinks to himself, maybe I am ready for another serious relationship. On November 13th, 2012, Dave kisses Carrie goodbye, saying that he'll see her later after she gets back from work. A few hours pass by, and that's when Dave gets a text. Carrie messages him suggesting that the two should move in together, but Dave disagrees. And when he replies no, she texts him back in all caps, "Fine. I don't ever want to see you again." And soon, Liz starts receiving messages too, demanding that she stay away from Dave or something bad was gonna happen. One night, she pulls into her garage and sees another message. Not on her phone, but spray painted on her wall reading, "From Dave." Liz's house is torched and burned to the ground. Dave is sent a picture of a and the two both receive a fake obituary of Liz. Meanwhile, this consistent harassment is actually bringing Dave and Liz closer, and they bond over the horrors that this woman is putting them through. One night, while Dave is driving home in January of 2013, he spots a familiar vehicle in the parking lot of his apartment. Upon closer inspection, he realizes that it's Carrie's SUV, so he calls the police, who find little to no evidence surrounding her disappearance. However, they do manage to scrape a fingerprint off a mint container in her car, and this DNA will become crucial later in the story. This pattern of psychological and sometimes physical goes on for years until Dave finally decides that he's had enough. He changes his phone number, purchases a and moves to Council Bluffs, Iowa, where he's forced to end his relationship with Liz. Almost immediately after the move, the goes missing. After Dave gets settled into his new home, the local sheriff's department takes a special interest in his case. They request that both Dave and Liz hand over their phones so they can trace Carrie's digital footprint, but when they download the data, they make a shocking revelation. After sifting through images, videos, passwords, and previous locations, they discovered that it isn't Carrie who's sending these messages, it's none other than Shanna Liz Goyer. On Liz's phone, they discovered that she has 20 separate email accounts, all being used to impersonate Carrie. As detectives continue building their case, gathering evidence against Liz, she actually shows up at the sheriff's department to file a complaint. She proceeds to claim that Amy Flora, Dave's ex-wife, is a total stalker. Cleverly, one of the officers says, if only Amy would implicate herself, meaning reveal herself to be the perpetrator, and thus setting in Liz's head a psychological trap. Now as intelligent and conniving as she appears to be, the next day Liz dials 911 and tells them that Amy Flora has just and when investigators ask for more proof, Liz forwards them several emails from Amy confessing to both and impersonating Dave's ex-girlfriend Carrie. Liz thinks this plan is foolproof. It is the perfect cover-up. But the IP address attached to the emails, along with the countless other messages, all trace back to Liz. Further, police are able to match the fingerprint from the mint container in Carrie's car to Liz's DNA. And to top it all off, the that was leg is from the barrel of Dave's missing. In December 2016, Liz's case is taken to trial where she faces being charged with first-degree murder and arson. Prosecutors say that this is a case of obsession. During the trial, Dave hands over a tablet containing a memory card. On it, a grainy picture of a foot with a tattoo. It's identified that the foot the photo was taken and the tattoo was a Chinese symbol identical to Carrie's, finally proving that she was. On May 24th, 2017, Shanna Liz Goyer is found guilty of first-degree and is sentenced to life in prison. She's currently serving out her sentence where she continues to behave in evil, manipulative ways, not revealing where Carrie's is and denying her family of closure.
You guys really need to pay attention to who you're talking to and who you spend your time with, because there are a lot of crazy people out there and you never know what their intentions are. He got very unlucky and this caused him years of trauma and pain. So let me know your thoughts and opinions on the situation in the comments.
Amanda Bynes used to have these piercings, and now the talk of the town is that she's not really Amanda Bynes because there's no scars. So kind of way back when, Amanda used to have 2 piercings on her cheeks, and it's not like an ear piercing that's gonna close up. To basically get them out, you need a surgical procedure to take them out, like a doctor has to do it under surgery. And like the piercing's super cute, but when you look at her video, she doesn't have any scars. And you think maybe her skin just healed naturally, but there are before and after photos, so this is someone who also had the same exact piercing. They got it stitched up, there's a scar, and then you can kind of see a little bit of the scar residue. So basically Exhibit A and then Exhibit B. I mean, the scar is not there, but you can kind of see it. Another good example is Black China. She had the same exact piercing, and in this photo you can see where it like was. So close up, here's the piercing, and then you can see it right there, right? Because the piercing goes all the way through the cheek, it's like the scar is gonna be worse than if you were to just take out an earring. So with other people having this type of scar after having that piercing surgically removed, people are saying Amanda's not Amanda because she doesn't have the scar. In all of her videos, it just looks like a smooth cheek. And with Amanda's TikTok content, she just seems a little bit out of it. Like, here's one.
Hey everybody, I just wanted to make a post to let you guys know that I'm gonna start wearing wigs now. I absolutely love this wig, and I just want to let you guys know that my hair was growing out so awkwardly that I absolutely hated it, so I'm totally gonna be wearing wigs now. I have another one that's blonde and blue. It's super cute, and I'm gonna get more. I hope you guys like it. Let me know what you think.
I think Amanda probably just has really nice skin, so it healed well. But everyone now is really talking about cloning and how celebrities have been cloned, and it's just the talk of the town now.
Wife and kids leave to go to the store. Notice the white van in the background waiting. The van left after my wife did, and returns as they are pulling into our driveway. He pulls up quickly, blocking the road and my wife from leaving, but was spooked when I walked out of the garage. The van returned after dark, stalking our home.
It's always important to pay attention to your surroundings. You never really know who could be around you or what's waiting for you. You guys stay safe and keep your guard up. Let me know what you guys think in the comments about these videos.
Did you ever hear about the Grand Canyon theory? No. So the Grand Canyon, one of the world's wonders. There's a theory that the Grand Canyon holds something that none of us knew was there. So back in the 1850s, right? Yeah. The Grand Canyon was used to mine gold. When people started mining it, the gold index crashed because they found so much gold there. Okay. Now, what happened was the government and the military, they closed it off and they made it a sanctuary so that nobody can just go there and then take whatever they want. There was this one guy, his name was Seth Tanner, and he was an explorer. He explored this one cave and he claims what he saw was ancient Egyptian.
Braylon? What's happening with your car?
Cat outside. It looks like grandma. Hey, get the out of here. I mean.
This poor girl encountered the Serbian dancing lady. If you don't know what I'm talking about, check out my last video. The Serbian dancing lady is a woman that dances the street at night. She carries a knife with her, and if she encounters someone, then check out her encounter. It's believed to be bad luck if you make eye contact with her, which she did. It's scary because there's been so many sightings of this lady recently. What do you guys think about this? Let me know in the comments below.
I am most certainly not getting taken out by an elderly lady with a kitchen. With that being said, if you guys see a dancing lady with a kitchen knife outside, make sure you stay inside and do not look at her. Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments.
All right, so what's the new evidence now?
A satellite photo near Sao Paulo.
All right, this I want to see. Let's take a look at that.
It was taken by NASA, and it caused some immediate concern amongst the environmental community.
All right, first blush, it looks like a giant oil spill, right?
That was the fear, yeah. You know, there's a lot of offshore drilling along the Brazilian coast. Fortunately, though, it turned out to be a swarm of microbes known as Marionecta rubra, and they're not hazardous to marine life.
Why was this brought to your attention then?
Well, during the initial investigation, the agent who was studying the swarm noticed something out in the water.
Okay, kind of a speck.
Yeah, well, at this resolution, it's a speck. When they zoomed in, though, they got this.
It's a little fuzzy, but I'd say that's a shark.
And not just any shark. If you look at this other satellite photo I brought, it was taken at the same resolution of a school bus yard in nearby Sao Paulo. Now, those are 40-foot buses, and when you compare them next to the first photo, I'd say that's a 70-foot shark.
All right, let's ask the obvious first question here. Do you really think that this is the same animal that was spotted 2 months earlier on the other side of the ocean at Cape Verde?
Look, that's a 3,000-mile trip, and, you know, it sounds like a lot, but great whites have been tracked going 1,500 miles in a month. So for Megalodon, that would be nothing. Also, sharks are known to revisit old haunts. Great whites, for instance, have been tagged leaving the east coast of the U.S., going on a random winding trip through the North Atlantic, and then returning a year later, almost to the day, to the same spot that they were tagged. So similar behavior from Megalodon makes complete sense.
If, indeed, this is Megalodon.
Came across some footage that was shot in Hawaii. Now, it wasn't recently, it was about 4 years ago, but it definitely caught our attention. The video was shot by a father and a son who had come across a whale that had suffered a brutal attack.
What is that? Look at that. What is that?
Now, the original footage was kind of hard to make out, but after studying it and the amateur photos taken from the beach, you can clearly see a bite radius in the whale, and the bite radius is striking. From the vantage point of the kid's camera, the whale looks to be almost bitten in half. It's absolutely insane. Local marine biologists analyzed the whale and determined, as crazy as it sounds, that the tail was bitten off in one bite. Now, this is significant because the biting off of a tail is a specific trait of only a few underwater predators, the mako shark being one of them. But there's only one underwater predator that would be able to bite the tail off of a whale this size, like has been done here.
Cops came out of nowhere. There was countless times that we would see a cop and then all of us would disperse and run. They sneak up on us good. They sneak up on us real good. This time, you go, guys, please don't run. And the way they said it, we're like, ugh, what's up? Like, well, I'm ready to run. Tell me why you said it like that. Yeah. They're like, we do not care that you're drinking. Don't run deeper into the woods. Stay in this group, and we're all going to leave together. And we're like, okay. Because they said it in a way that was like pleading. They didn't do it in like a, hey, get over here. They did it in a, I'm an adult, listen to me right now. Do not run into the darkness of the woods. Stay right here. We do not care that you're drinking. We need to leave right now together. These cops are paranoid. Like, you felt that it was adults making sure that these children were okay. Yeah. That was the vibe. Go to one of the parks, like, they know the area, they know the other places we drink at. Go here, go there, we don't care. Do not go back in the woods tonight, please. And they don't tell us. But then we find out a few weeks later, the reason they were like that night is because within like 100 yards of us, if one of us went to go take a piss, they would have seen somebody. This never got on the news and nothing like that. But we found out that that's what it was. That somebody was beaten and within 100 yards of us, fresh. Crazy,
why
right?
do you guys go there? What is wrong with you guys?
It's crazy because this whole situation could have ended up so differently if they had just been wandering around in the wood. Thankfully, the cops were there to stop them. Let me know your thoughts in the comments.
If you have not heard about the 28 girls that were after using a Ouija board, you should.
I wholeheartedly believe this. Like, Ouija boards are so scary. I had one experience that was so traumatizing. I will literally never touch it again. It happened years ago and I still think about it. Basically what happened is, I'm gonna literally talk super fast so I can get it all in one video, but basically one of my friends had a little get together like years ago. This was like 3 years ago. So basically had a little get together and it was a few of us and we were talking about ghosts. There was a point where we were talking about ghosts. There was wine included, but I had like 1 glass of wine, okay? So I was not drunk, nothing like that. So I had 1 glass of wine. We were all sitting there talking about ghosts, like all that kind of stuff that girls do. And then she goes randomly, she goes,
oh, hey, like, I have a Ouija board in my closet. Like, who wants to do it with me? All of my other friends were like, absolutely not, absolutely not. And I have been raised with, you don't touch any of that stuff. I don't know what kind of stupidness took over me that night, but something took over me that I was like, oh my God, yeah, let's do it. So basically it was like me, her, and I think it was another friend. And I remember doing this thing and taking it very seriously. Like, I really wasn't taking it as a joke. And I told my friends, I was like, guys, like, don't be moving the thing to like try and be funny. Like, for real, for real. If it works, it works. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. So I know that there's a way that you're supposed to, you have to say hello and goodbye to it or whatever, because if you don't, you can like leave open doors to like things to like haunt you and stuff like that. So it's like super scary. So basically we did it for a while, and honestly nothing happened. Like, nothing happened. No one was moving it. So I was kind of like, oh, whatever, like nothing occurred. So then we kind of like did it for a while, and since nothing was happening, we put it away. And honestly, I forgot about it. Like, it was like 3 hours later, we were hanging out. I completely forgot about it. I wasn't scared of anything because nothing weird happened when we were doing it. Okay, keep that in mind. So fast forward, it's like 3 a.m. It's time to go home. It's super late. And my friend is gonna drive me home. So she's like, okay, like, let's like drive me home, whatever. Keep in mind, this is the friend that like plays everything down. Like, when something scary happens, she's like, Val, you're being dramatic. Like, I'm sure there's logical explanation for it, whatever. Anyway, so me and her driving on the way home, and we're blasting music. We're dancing, sorry, we're not dancing, we're singing, blah, blah, blah. And we're on the way home. And I remember she was gonna take this turn. There's 2 turns to go into my house, okay? And both turns go straight to my house. So it doesn't matter what turn you take. Since both turns go to my house, it doesn't really matter. So she usually takes the first turn, but for some reason, something in me was like, don't take this one. I was like, don't take this turn, take the next one. And I remember she was like, why? Like, she looked at me, she's like, why? I'm like, she's like, it doesn't matter, they both go to your house. And I was like, I don't know, just take the next one. So anyways, so we're going straight, and we're about to take this turn. Keep in mind, it's just a long road, and it's right on that empty field. So you have the empty field, the long road, and there's a mailbox, okay? So she's taking the turn, and her lights are hitting the mailbox, and we both literally freeze. Like, we literally are just, we're not saying a thing, we're looking there. I kid you not, there is a little girl in a white dress. She looks, and when I tell this story, it sounds like I'm making this shit up. It was a little girl with a white dress. She looked sick. She had dark hair up to here. She was literally standing just at her car, like standing at, and I'm not kidding. Like, after
You have not heard about the 28 girls that were hospitalized after using a Ouija?
I tried to fit it all in one video, but it's just not gonna happen. So basically, like I said, we were turning in, and it's the long road that we're turning into. So we're turning this way into this long road. Then there's a big empty field here. It's dark, it has grass in it. And then there's a little wooden railing on it. Super easy to just put your, foot over it and be on the other side of it. So as we're turning, her car, the music is still blasting because we're singing, we're going, whatever. When her car turns and it's kind of pointing at the mailbox, we see the figure, okay? The person, the little girl, whatever. We did not say a word, okay? We didn't say a word to each other. We were just like looking, and I remember the music was still going. I think I turned the music down as we were looking. We weren't like, oh my God, do you see that? Like, we were both seeing it, and my friend, I almost said her name. It doesn't matter, but my friend literally she stopped the car, and we were just staring at it. And the light was hitting it directly. It was like at this point, it was like 3:30 in the morning. And I am not kidding. Like, the chill I felt all over my body, and like the uneasiness that I felt was so scary. I remember being so scared that I actually felt like my eyes teared up from how scared I was, and I was just looking at it. And when you freeze, like, I look back at it and I'm like, fuck, I wish I would have like pulled my phone out, taken a video. Like, when I tell the story, people are like, well, why didn't you take a picture? What? Because when that happens in the moment, you literally freeze. Like, you don't know what to do. You're frozen. You're just like staring at this thing. You're like, what the hell is going on? So we were just like looking at it, and we're like, what the hell? And so my friend, I'm like, drive. Like, we were literally looking at each other, and I remember, I think at one point she goes, what is that? And I was like, I don't know. And I was like, and we just kept driving, and I will never forget this. This little girl had a white dress, like I said, dark black hair, like up to here. She didn't have a phone. She didn't have a purse. I cannot remember if she had shoes on or not. I literally can't remember. But I remember as the car was moving down, her head was like turning like this as it was going. Like, it was like, I'm telling you, it's like a scary movie. Like, when I'm telling you this, it sounds like I'm making this shit up. That's why when I've said it to people before, they're like, oh my God. And I'm like, I swear to you. And thank God my friend was with me, because we talk about it still to this day, and we're like, what was that? And so basically, as we pass it, I still see it like going like this, and she keeps driving. As soon as we pass it, my friend hits the gas. We're going, and we're gonna turn into my house. And I look at the back, and I see it kind of like the heads turn like this, like looking at us. And I'm like, oh my God. And I remember making direct eye contact with it because it was looking into, I was sitting on the passenger seat, so it was looking like this as we were passing by. So my friend drops me off. And as my friend, and one thing that I should mention is she was about like 10 years oldish. And when I tell this story, like, even if people don't believe me, I know in my soul, like, what I saw had to do something with doing that Ouija board that night, because I've never in my life seen anything like that. Oh my God, I'm gonna have to do a part 3 because I still want to include some things.
Thank you for making this far in the video. If you like, comment, subscribe, make sure you let me know in the comments the scariest part of this video. It made you really tremble into your boots.
This is why I would never hire a stranger for a kid's birthday party. And if the photo's not bad enough, the mystery behind it is so much worse. And a reminder before I dive in that if you like all things spooky and true crime, check out my podcast. There's a link to it in my profile. So in the 1940s, the McLaren family in Houston, Texas was having a birthday party for their daughter, Rose. They hired a clown for the party, but an hour before the party started, they get a call from the company saying that the clown they hired was no longer available. They were going to send someone else in his place. And the parents were like, okay, fine, whatever. But then this man shows up to the party. And the kids are all terrified of him. No one really wants to take photos. The man stayed at the party for about 20 minutes and then just disappeared. But get this. After he left, the clown that they hired showed up to the party. And he apologized for being late. And the mother is like, what are you doing here? You canceled on us. And the clown's like, no, I didn't. And it was at that moment that one of the parents noticed that this little boy pictured here was the little boy was never found, and the identity of this man remains a mystery even today.
Honestly, this case is really disturbing because nobody knows how this guy got there or knew anything about the party. It's strange that nobody knew who he was, where he came from, or where he went after. There has to be something deeper than that because obviously he wouldn't just have that information. But let me know what you guys think in the comments.
Ambulance service, what's the address of the emergency?
Hi, I'm not sure. I've just met a man who...
What's the address, my love, first, please?
I am on Berkeley Road in Westbury Park.
Berkeley Road in Westbury Park. Okay, and whereabouts on that road are you? Just outside, or...?
The very bottom of the road. Basically, I heard a shouting in my garden. I came out and there's a gentleman shouting for help.
Okay, so he's in Berkeley Road, Westbury Park.
Yeah.
Bottom of the road. Okay, bear me a second. Okay, so he's actually in the road, is he?
Yeah, he is. Yeah. Mate, it's okay.
Okay, my love. Tell me exactly what's happened.
I was in my garden having a cigarette and I heard a gentleman shouting from a distance away. I went out into my road to investigate and basically he's just shouting for help and...
Can you ask him what's happened?
I'm not sure what's happened. Excuse me, mate. Excuse me. Hello? Yeah. What's happened, please?
Somebody threw acid over there.
Someone threw acid over his face, apparently.
Phone over his face?
Yeah.
Okay, bear me a second. Is the attacker still nearby?
Is he who did it to you, please? His ex.
Alright, my love. Is she still there? Has she gone?
Is he or she still here? I don't know.
That's okay. That's about enough. Don't worry.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
he's on the way.
So you did massive
I'm
phone over his face.
And body, yeah.
What's the location of the emergency? Please help me! Yes, what address do you need help? I'm not on an address, I'm on a road, on Myers Road. Which road are you on? Myers Road in Oregon City! Okay, do you have an address? Listen. Kathy Lee, come on, get a cop here now. Okay, who's trying to... My husband! He's driving a truck like pickup truck! Okay, what? Come on! And what kind of do you have? Ma'am? Take a deep breath so I can understand. Ma'am? I've already got help coming. I need you to tell me wire and what? On plan. I'm on plan. Wire. Just a minute. I'm walking. Okay, you're on wire at Glenview Court? Okay, where did you? In the chest. In the chest? He's over there.
I'm glad the woman ended up okay, but I don't know why the operator was acting like this wasn't a very serious situation. As you could tell, she's literally telling her that she had gotten shot, and she's saying, relax. Like, how are you going to relax in a situation like that? It's very unprofessional of her to do that. This stuff's crazy. Let me know your thoughts in the comments.
On October 9, 2013, 37-year-old Daniel Van Sickle and his friend 36-year-old Sam Slack arrived at the Blue Springs State Park in Florida for a day of scuba diving. It's a beautiful location for this. The water is crystal clear. It's a relatively easy dive until you get down to about 60 feet or 20 meters when it narrows into some limestone crevasses and caves which extend down to about 120 feet or 36 meters deep. But you're not supposed to be down in those caves if you're not cave certified. And Sam Slack was not cave certified. In fact, he was only an open water diver with very little experience. And as an open water diver, which is the first level of certification, you're not supposed to go below 60 feet, period. So when the men arrived, they actually had to sign paperwork stating that they would not go down into these caves or below 60 feet, period. But as soon as the two men got in the water, that is immediately what they did. They went straight down to the bottom at 120 feet, down into these tighter crevasses, down to the dark bottom. But everything went okay. They just explored down there for a few minutes before they decided they were going to head back up and explore some more of these limestone formations. However, on their way back up, once they got to about 80 or 90 feet, some 30 meters, Daniel looks over and sees Sam giving him the out of air sign. I have no air left. So Daniel swims over to him and he gives him his regulator so they can buddy breathe. Where normally you'd give your regulator up, they'd take a few breaths, they'd pass it back, you'd take a few breaths, and then you make an emergency ascent. However, after about 30 seconds, Sam was not giving Daniel the regulator back, and Daniel's motioning to him, hey, I need my air back. But Sam is pulling away. He's keeping it. He's not giving it back. So Daniel has to make the heartbreaking decision to fight Sam underwater for his air. And he gets a hold of it. He rips the regulator away from Sam, and he kicks away from him and just beelines it for the surface without taking any decompression, safety stops, nothing. He just goes straight to the surface, where he screams out to a maintenance worker, hey, call 911. And then bravely, he goes back down to get Sam. And he finds Sam floating on his back about 100 feet, some 33 meters under the water, just floating there. Grabs Sam, he brings him up to the surface where Daniel tries to give him mouth to mouth along with another maintenance worker. And they would call 911. Paramedics would arrive shortly after. But Sam could not be revived on that day. It was determined later that he had never opened his valve on his tank all the way. He just opened it a quarter turn. And if you're a scuba diver, you know you open that all the way and then a half turn back. And that's what prevented him from getting the air. At 10 p.m. on October 23rd, 2017, hundreds of people would gather at the Qinglong Temple in Malaysia to watch a Taoist guru perform an incredible feat of both physical and spiritual strength and endurance. 65-year-old Lim Ba had performed this stunt or ritual before, but despite that, his family had begged and pleaded with him to please never do it again, because it was very dangerous. What he was going to be doing was steaming himself alive. So there would be a fire lit on the ground, a wood fire. Above that, there would be a large steel cooking wok that would be filled with water. And above that, there would be a little wooden platform that Lim would sit on. And that platform would have vegetables on it that would be cooked by this steam while he was in there. On top of that, they would lower this giant metal capsule over the top of him, so he's completely encapsulated in there. It's like he's sitting in a pressure cooker. Now, despite it being so dangerous and his family's pleas, he was very intent on showing his loyal fans that anything can be achieved with the proper amount of discipline and spirituality. So he was going through with it. And at 10 o'clock, they lit this fire under the wok. When the water began to steam, Lim climbed up on the wooden platform with the vegetables, and they used this like pulley system to lower this vat over the top of him, completely sealing him in with this steam. Everything was going okay for about the first half an hour until, to me, it looks like on the video, the fire underneath him gets a little bit bigger than it should have got. And then you start to hear screaming and pounding from the inside of this vat. People obviously immediately realize there's a problem and they rush to use this winch system to get it off of him. But by the time they do, Lim is unconscious. He's convulsing. His arms are flailing. They drag him out, but he is covered from head to toe in horrible. And by the time they get him to the hospital, he was either already right shortly thereafter. It would turn out he didn't actually die from the burns themselves, but the steam burns were so incredibly painful, it was just too much for his heart to handle, and his heart would just shut down. His 32-year-old son would say, "My mother, my sisters, and I are so terribly sad. Our very cheerful father has left us forever."
Unsolved cases that keep me up at night. On January 16, 2014, a group of 4 friends were playing a game of dares. One of them was dared to go into this cornfield that was rumored to be responsible for the many disappearances in the area. The friend agreed, following the rules of the game, and ventured into the cornfield by himself. For what felt like hours had gone by, the 3 friends had lost track of the man and were starting to get worried. Too afraid to go on themselves, they contacted the police, and the police showed up after a while and searched the area. They searched and they searched and they didn't find any trace of the guy. But they did find his phone, and after going through his phone, they found the last photo captured before his disappearance.
There's actually a dark, terrifying origins to the Amber Alert. This happened in 1996 in Arlington, Texas. And it was a little girl called Amber Hagerman, who was 9 years old. And she was riding her bike at her grandparents' house along with her brother Ricky. Next to the grandparents' house was a supermarket, which was abandoned. Basically, they're riding their bike there, you know, having fun and all. The little brother decided to go back to the house. So she stayed at the parking lot. That's when a black pull-up truck pulled up to her. A man got out of the truck, threw her inside the truck, and he dipped immediately. Now, luckily, a witness was able to, see it happen from his backyard. So he called the cops immediately. The cops showed up pretty fast, bro. Like, within minutes, it was pretty fast. So there was a huge search for Amber all over Texas, basically, hoping that they could find her and see who Even with all that happening, bro, like, they still couldn't find her.
What they find out years later will haunt you. A young couple decided to take a late night stroll through the forest, but little did they know what awaited them. As they walked, the man felt a sense of unease, but his girlfriend dismissed his concerns. Suddenly, the man stepped on something that felt alive and squishy under his feet. Before he could react, they heard rustling from the bush. What they find out years later will haunt you. A young couple decided to take a late night stroll through the forest, but little did they know what awaited them. As they walked, the man felt a sense of unease, but his girlfriend dismissed his concerns. Suddenly, the man stepped on something that felt alive and squishy under his feet. Before he could react, they heard rustling from the bushes beside them. They ignored it and kept walking until they returned home. Years later, and they were watching TV when an interview with a death row inmate caught their attention. The man had been asked if he had ever came close to getting caught for his heinous crimes. The killer responded with a chilling tale. "Yes, I remember one night in the woods, a couple walked right by me. The man stepped on the body of the girl who I was hiding in the bushes just a few feet away, but they never saw me." The couple watched in horror as the name of one of the most notorious serial was revealed. His name was Ted Bundy.
Talk about this picture. It centers around Mr. and Mrs. Dubois. They were some of the town of Hackenshaw's favorite neighbors, but they had a dark side to them. But first, we're gonna enjoy some pizza. This is like my favorite pizza. It's from Marco's Pizza. Reminds me of Jersey because I'm from Jersey. You see, they were kind to everyone. Even invited people who just moved into town for dinners. They would also have the best decorations for holidays as well. Their house would always win the contest for best decorated in the town. People just loved their Christmas lights and their Halloween decorations. In the beginning of October 1876, they started throwing parties for the kids. All the kids from around the town would come, even from outside the town. It was fun. They played games, they ate candy, and everyone just had a good time. But out of the 20 kids that came over that night, about 4, and after about 3 weeks of searching, the case went slow and they gave up. Halloween finally came around, and the contest for the best decorations, of course, went to the Dubois. That night while trick-or-treating, one of the boys in town named Sam went up to one of the decorations. When he grabbed the mask off, he realized it was one of the child and put on display in front of the yard as a decoration. The Dubois, who saw this and not wanting to get caught, grabbed adding him to their collection. No one suspected a thing because the Dubois was so kind and nice to everyone. It wasn't until years later on their death that they admitted at throwing parties every year to steal and told police that they could find all the in their basement. The reason they did it was because they needed decorations realistic enough so they could always win those contests.
Honestly, this is one of the most disturbing things I've ever heard. I don't know why there's some sick people out there, but this is a lesson to really pay attention and really just be aware of the people out there, because you never know who could be out there, what they're trying to do, and what their intentions are. So let me know what you guys think in the comments.
Real humans are not sold at Walmart, but Rebecca Taylor didn't get the memo. A mother was checking out at Walmart with her blonde hair, blue-eyed baby when Rebecca approached her about how beautiful her child was. The mother, thinking nothing of it, laughed it off and thanked her. Rebecca began fixating on the baby's appearance and the mother got creeped out. That's when Rebecca offered her $250,000 for the baby, which obviously sent chills down the mother's spine. The mother told Rebecca that the was not for sale. She then got frightened and hurried to her car. That's when Rebecca went crazy. She was so worried she locked her in her car as Rebecca tried to pry them out. Rebecca raised the offer to $500,000, said that the be hers either way. Even weirder, Rebecca knew the name and was calling it out. Rebecca was arrested for the purchase or sale of a in January of 2022. She later denied all allegations.
Barbie has a much creepier history than I thought. I'm gonna show you some theories about Barbie that have been keeping me up at night, and I cover all sorts of creepy and true crime stuff, so follow along. In 2010, Barbie released a doll that had a camera on her necklace as well as a video screen on her back. This doll has since been discontinued, but there's a lot of rumors about what happened to this footage when it was recorded. So people have always theorized that the footage was collected and sold either by Mattel or by someone more nefarious. And it's been mentioned how easy it would have been for hackers to collect and sell all this data. The FBI even put out a statement about it. Barbie also released and discontinued the Hello doll, which could listen to respond with over 8,000 pre-recorded answers. A lot of parents worried that these dolls were potentially recording and then selling that data, but this doll also has really concerning reviews. Like, people say that the doll won't take no for an answer, Like if she asked if you wanted to hear a story and then you said no, she would actually push back and then just tell you the story anyways. And the doll would also ask really specific and targeted questions about how big their families were and if they had any siblings. Was this doll just collecting market data, or was it something much weirder?
911, where's your...
These are the creepiest stories in NBA history where each day they get darker and darker. This is episode 6. In 2010, Lorenzen Wright was a standout player for the Memphis Grizzlies, but tragedy struck on his way home from his ex-wife's house. The couple had only been divorced for about 5 months at the time. Wright never made it to his desk $5,000 reward with any information on his whereabouts. Sadly, a tragic discovery was made 10 days later. He was riddled with 11 torso and right forearm. A 7-year investigation followed. Officers later found out that night that Lorenzen actually tried to call 911. The dispatcher reportedly could not locate him or make out what he was saying. All they could hear was Lorenzen's ex-wife Shara, her landscaper Billy Ray Turner, and her cousin Jimmy Martin were all hauled in by the police for questioning. Martin testified in court that Shara Wright recruited him and Turner to kill. But this is where the story takes a shocking twist.
Where's your emergency?
Hello? I don't have nothing but...
These are the creepiest stories in NBA history where each day they get darker and darker. Welcome to part 2. We already learned about the tragic Lorenzen Wright and how his ex-wife Shara was responsible for the murder in part 1. However, this wasn't even her first attempt. Prosecutors said that Shara had previously already tried and brought. They reportedly broke in, only to find someone sleeping on the couch that wasn't Lorenzen. They left, and Shara Wright went to hatch another plan. The landscaper Turner and Shara had a romantic relationship, so she could easily manipulate what he did. After the first film, the group lured Lorenzen to a field. They ambushed and chased him down. Lorenzen tried to get away and jump a fence, but he could escape. Shara Wright originally maintained a story that Lorenzen was a drug deal gone wrong. But why would she want her ex-husband? Shara reportedly quickly went through the $1 million after. This trio is still in jail today. However, this is just another creepy story from the NBA. The most frightening of them all is still to come.
It's crazy how this dude was living out his dreams and then was taken out by the person who was supposed to love and care about him. You just gotta be careful who you trust and who you surround yourself with, because there are some very weird people out there and they have very bad intentions. So
Not only was her ex-husband the only witness in their son Grant's mysterious death, they also destroyed the memorial on their son's grave. From this to this.
We have all of the evidence. I strongly believe Dad killed him, and now he is going to...
It doesn't matter what you think right now.
And I know... I hate my dad. He has hurt me physically and mentally.
And Gracie and I pulled up, and it was just completely, it looked like this. It was gone. It was just empty. There was a home plate there and a cross, a wooden cross someone had made, and his little name placard.
Every single day, Grant's mom Angie and his sister Gracie would visit his grave.
Those flowers were dead, and they were just laying on it. And we were in complete shock and hurt, and there was no name tag, no even namespace that said that any of this area was Grant.
The day Grant, his father said he was dragged under his truck into a ditch.
It's rolled over him and dragged him into the ditch.
However, Grant didn't have a single scratch on his body, onto the back of his head. When Grant turned 18, he told multiple friends that he was going to testify in court to get full custody of his sister.
I am Grant Solomon's girlfriend. Leading up to his 18th birthday, he had told me that he wanted to expose his dad and what he had done to his sister, what he had done to Grant and his mom. And I think it's very suspicious how Grant was pronounced a couple weeks later and how his father was the only witness.
And that day was the first time he was alone with his father in 2 years.
So the groundskeeper was out there, and he's my friend. And so I said, what happened out here? And he said, Mr. Solomon came and told me he wanted everything cleared. And he said, so I did. I cleared it all off, and it's in a box up there at the memorial home.
Grant's beloved dog, Babby, became severely depressed after a once happy 5-year-old dog grieved himself into an inoperable tumor, and 3 months later, of a broken heart.
Ours was the only one that was completely cleared. Days after that, even the owner said, Aaron wanted it cleared, and those dead flowers were laying on it.
After Grant's father removed his memorial, he bought graves for Angie and Gracie.
We were in the counselor's office in September the 26th, telling him we would never be a family, we would never go back to him, we would never. And on October the 6th, just the next week, he had gone in and set up the payments for the plots. And he had put my name on plot 3 and Gracie's on plot 1.
Angie and Gracie were terrified.
And his on plot 4.
He's underneath the vehicle.
Okay, what color is it?
It's a white truck.
I hope none of you have to ever feel how it felt to see your name on a grave plot, not expecting it.
That's my son. Somehow it backed up. Yeah.
It is the first time in my life I actually thought about dying. Why did God do this? I don't want to question him.
We're on an incline, and I guess he didn't have it in park or something.
He hated boxes. He was so claustrophobic, and I know he doesn't know. He's far gone from that box, but it still bothers me.
Yeah, somehow it drug him down, I think. I don't know whether it wasn't in park or what, or if it didn't engage the brake, or...
But Angie has the proof. She shows me where the black box was in Grant's car. A black box gathers driving information about a vehicle.
That black box actually shows that someone was in the driver's seat, that there was weight in the driver's seat in the last 3 seconds of the truck's drive, and that the accelerator pedal was pushed in and the steering wheel was being operated and turned sharply to the right, which matches the tire pattern. Then it was placed in park and turned off, and the weight got out of the vehicle. Grant couldn't have been the one in the last 3 seconds to get out because he was under there. So the black box told us everything. So we have all of the evidence. We just don't have an open investigation.
Just like how Grant's dog Babby was protective, Grant always tried to protect his mother and sister until the very end.
He didn't have to be a hero.
Hannah shows me her Bible, where Grant would leave notes and letters for her.
This is just an example of one of the notes. Usually would add, "I love you" times infinity. And so I have that. I got that tattooed behind my ear. So he's with me.
All the things that just such a gift that I know that whatever happened right before that, he was so happy because of her. Just so thankful that he was able to experience all of those things with Hannah. It just couldn't have been anybody else. It couldn't have been anybody else. It just was God, and it was just such a heartbreak to me for her when I had to tell her. But
I want to advocate for him and advocate for Gracie because of just the amazing human he was, and he deserves this.
Grant and Gracie and I, and then this is a picture of Grant and Hannah.
Whoever paid for everything gifted Aaron Grant's plot. In Aaron's mind, he owns it. In the state of Tennessee, by law, if a child is buried, both parents own half. So by law in the state of Tennessee, that doesn't hold. But in his mind, he believes that he owns Grant and this spot, and he can do with it what he wanted. And he wanted it clear.
Honestly, it does really seem like the father's responsible, because in that 911 call you could hear no remorse in his voice, and his explanation is not adding up. He's all over the place with what he's saying, and it just does not make sense to what happened. So I really think an investigation needs to be opened, because this dude is very sick and knows what he's going to do next or what he's planning to do. So let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments.
On our way to Halloween Horror Night, yeah! We're here, yeah!
People
before and after going missing. Riker Webb. Brenda Heist.
Darkest story that I ever heard. I don't know if this is true, but let's pretend it is. There was some sort of an expedition, and their boat hit some ice, and so their boat started sinking. And they had a real problem because the next boat was hours away. So they call in a mayday for the next boat, and they climb out of the boat in time before it sinks, and they get to an ice shelter, an ice island. And in the distance, they see a polar bear.
Fuck.
And it's many, many ice land bridges or whatever the fuck.
Whatever
it is.
ice distance that is.
Ice island away.
Ice steps.
But it keeps jumping in the water and getting closer.
Fuck me.
He's trying to figure out what the fuck they are. And then finally it gets to them, finds out what they are. It's in the ice island next to them, jumps in the water, pops up, grabs one guy. There's nothing anybody can do about it. Takes him, drags him in the water again, goes back on the other ice island, just starts.
And they're just chilling, watching it.
And they're one ice island away, hoping that he doesn't stay hungry after eating.
This man was skiing down a mountain when something very scary happened. While skiing down from a mountain, this man didn't notice on time that there was a hole right in front of him. Although he tried his best to dodge this hole, he fell right inside it, and he kept falling and falling like he was in a warp. The scariest thing was it felt like he was about falling right through a portal into another world, or to the center of the world. Luckily for him, he found his balance and was able to save himself. Were you scared for him? Subscribe if you found this scary.
Terrifying things found by YouTubers. In this video uploaded to YouTube, two friends are dirt bike riding in the middle of nowhere, and they then come across something very strange. They see a girl just walking alone on the trail, and this confused them because they were literally in the middle of nowhere. And when the two friends got back home, they tried to find out who the girl was. And it turned out that it was actually missing person Carly Gus, so they straight away called the police.
This is actually the most terrifying video I could find on the dark web. A group of friends were walking in the forest when suddenly they heard a noise above their heads, and as they looked, this is what they stumbled upon.
Lo está manejando él. Este no es Munra. Este no es Misael.
Still gone unidentified. It was found by a lady who was just leaving. She saw the picture on the floor, picked it up, looked at it, and obviously it's a horrible, it looks very bad. So of course she calls the cops and turns the photo in. Once the photo was handed over to the cops, they consulted with Polaroid. Polaroid told them that this picture was taken at least after May of 1989. The photo was found in June. So that means that that photo was fairly recent. Once this photo starts going viral, back then viral, it was all over the news everywhere. The family of this girl who went missing all the way across the country in New Mexico was certain that that was their daughter, Tara Calico. She was a 19-year-old from New Mexico who just went missing while riding her bike. But a lot of detectives from all over the country examined this photo and they were sure that it was not their daughter. They said that this is a photo that was found on the ground outside of a convenience store in Florida in June 15th of 1989. And that picture to this day has still gone unidentified. They said that this is not your daughter. They did some type of forensic examination of the photo and they came to the conclusion that that was not her daughter. The boy in the photo was thought to be this kid named Michael Henley who went missing also in 1988, which was a year before. And if you look at these pictures side by side, you can see where the similarities come in. But once again, the cop said that's not him. What's crazy is that neither Michael nor Sarah have ever been found, and that picture to this day has still gone unidentified. It has never been identified almost 40 years later.
What's disturbing to me is that this case wasn't looked into more, because obviously I feel like they pick and choose what kind of cases they want to look into, because some are treated very high prioritized and some of them are just not looked into at all. It's very weird that 2 people go missing and they kind of don't seem to care. They just kind of brush it under the rug and still hasn't been solved to this day. But you guys let me know what you think happened.
Your girl Taylor Swift is a witch, and if you don't believe me, then watch this video.
In her most recent concert, Taylor Swift is performing witchcraft. And I know this is going to raise some controversy in the comments, but this just doesn't look right to me.
Waiting for the signal, then I'll meet you after.
Time that we as Christians take a stand against this diabolical garbage and side with the word of God. And if you believe the same,
you know what else is demonic? Guaranteed? I'm about to blow the lid off this Taylor Swift. Did you know Taylor Swift?
Yeah, we all know she's demonic, man.
No. She's quote unquote a clone of the high priestess of the Church of Satan. Look at this. It's like a famous high priestess of the demonic church. Looks exactly like Taylor Swift. Now what's crazy, they share a lot of similarities. Both singer, songwriters, both have the same blonde hair, the same facial structure. Look, they even wear the same lipstick. Look at their eyes. The eyes, fam.
That's Taylor,
and the
fam.
eyebrows. Yo, that's exactly Taylor Swift. A lot of people are starting to see, oh yeah, Taylor Swift demonic because of this one, I think it's a music video for the song called Willow. And what happens is she uses her piano and out comes like a golden thread and it attracts all of these people. And once the people they come in contact with it, they become obsessed with her. They become almost so obsessed where they become like a cult. But what is Taylor Swift's fandom like?
Cult?
It's like a cult.
Oh my God.
So theory is that she's actually either a clone of her or her just in disguise, or they've like replaced her with her.
Kanye West is not crazy. Bro, I swear the media be trying to make everybody look bad. They don't even know this man for real. The only reason why they cancel rappers like Kanye West is because he be exposing stuff. You know, this corrupt system don't like when people talk about this matrix. They want to keep everybody sleep in it. That's why everybody on the media gets triggered by it. Let me just show y'all this video of Kanye West talking about toothpaste and deodorant, and everybody in the room just started laughing at him.
And you were saying that they had you on medication, but the medication fucked with your creativity. It fucked with all kinds of things. Or it blocked my ability to channel what God wanted me to do. But we're all on medication right now. Did you use toothpaste with fluoride today? It blocks your pineal gland. And they put...
Bro, y'all have to understand, some of the people watching that have no idea what he's talking about. People don't know what a pineal gland is. They don't even do their research. Your pineal gland is your mind's inner eye, which is your third eye. The reason people started laughing is because he told them that fluoride was in the toothpaste. People who have a closed third eye doesn't know fluoride is in toothpaste. That's why their third eye is closed in the first place. And if y'all think I'm a conspiracy theorist just making up stuff, here's the proof. It says fluoride in tap water can have a dangerous effects on the pineal gland, aka the third eye. It's okay if you didn't know fluoride was in the water or your toothpaste, because I didn't know either before I woke up, but now I know. I'm telling y'all that. And you see how the media is trying to make Kanye West seem crazy because he's speaking facts? I mean, who cares? He's famous anyways. He don't need y'all validation and approval. He know who he is within. He don't need no external validation from this system. It's the same thing going on with Kyrie Irving. The media always trying to make somebody look bad, but in reality, we're the good people. They're the ones who trying to keep y'all from realizing the truth and not wake up. Y'all stay woke and dangerous.
The plot thickens in the mystery of what killed the mom of Kanye West, Dr. Donda West.
You don't have to be a conspiracy theorist to recognize that the death of Donda West was very suspicious. I wanted to go back in time and investigate what exactly happened to Donda West during that surgery.
Dr. West's sudden death on November the 10th happened just a day after undergoing breast reduction, liposuction, and a tummy tuck by cosmetic surgeon and television host Dr. Jan Adams, but the report found no sign of surgical or anesthetic mistakes.
So most people thought Donda died on the operating table in surgery. Donda actually died the next day at home under the care of a few family members.
Donda West survived the surgery very well. She was at home.
Did anything during that surgery go wrong?
No.
Were there any complications during the surgery?
No.
Was there anything prior to the operation that gave you pause about operating on this woman?
No. This whole Stephen Hawking's being on the list reminds me of a conspiracy I heard. That Stephen Hawking wasn't even actually a real person, but a character. So before he had a robot talking for him, he had a translator.
Stephen, when did you first realize you wanted to be a physicist?
I think I knew from about the age of 9 or 10 that I wanted to be a scientist, or model railways, or playing complicated games. I was aimed in some way at finding out how the world worked around me.
People are questioning how someone translates those grunts into actual sentences. It just doesn't add up to them.
I think I knew from about the age of 9 or 10 that I wanted to be a scientist.
Like, how is that being translated? It's like Han Solo translating for Chewbacca. Now, kinda how the media uses children as shields, people believe that Stephen Hawking was used as a shield, that he was an actual person with actual ALS. But if people questioned anything he said, like his research on the Big Bang Theory, and attacked him for that, oh, how dare you attack somebody with ALS? How dare you attack somebody that's crippled? Kinda how the media use children today and go, how dare you attack a child? Whenever an angry mob questions their opinion, people are less likely to do so because of that. It's called empathy. But what do you think? Was he just a puppet? Or can you really translate?
I don't know how
like
things
that?
like this go on in the world. If it is true, if it's not true, I'm not too sure. You guys let me know your thoughts in the comments, but this world is getting scary.
This dude is full throttle. He is who he is. He was like, he's dancing with the devil. There's no way that this should be something that's real.
Oye, escuchen. Vean, se está empezando a abrir la puerta, del baño. Vean, hola, ¿quién eres? Ay, me voy a acercar. Ay, no manches, vean cómo se está cerrando. Hola, ¿quién eres? Ay, no manches, no. Ay, no, voy a abrir la puerta. Hola, ¿quién está aquí? ¿Qué es lo que quieres? ¿Quién, yo? ¿Quién me está hablando? ¡Ay!
This celebrity tells an insane Hollywood story.
You were talking about the Illuminati trying to stick you for your Hollywood.
Oh yeah.
Was that was really true? Like,
Oh, so like I can tell you what happened. So I went to Bella Thorne was having a little party, right? It wasn't my idea to go there. I was invited by some friends, and it was a Halloween party. I don't even celebrate Halloween, but like just even the Bible says good company corrupts good character. But this is when I was like not too. I just didn't know certain things I know now. Let me just say it like that. And so I was just hanging around some people, and they was going to the party, and there was so many signs. Like one of the signs was you gotta be half to go. Another sign, you couldn't bring your phone, you had to sign an NDA. And I was like, oh, I'm bringing my phone anyway. Like I was gonna sneak it in. I was signing my name, then they was like, oh yeah, you gotta prick your to get in. I was like, oh no, I'm straight. Everybody else, they went, and I was waiting on my Uber. And while I was waiting on my Uber, this girl passed out while she was about to go in the party. After
they suck her?
By the way, this video is scripted and for entertainment purposes only. Stay weird.
You've probably heard the conspiracy theory that the royal family killed Princess Diana but don't know where it came from, so here's the full tea on the rumor. First of all, just months before her death, Princess Diana wrote a note that said that she thinks her husband, now King Charles, is planning to kill her with a staged car accident. Shortly after their wedding, the royal families decided that they did not like Diana. She was disobedient, didn't have the vernacular that they did, and they didn't want her to be the future queen. Charles fell out of love with her and would degrade her publicly often, leading Diana to attempt to unalive herself. He cheated on her with Camilla, who is now the queen consort, and he could not marry Camilla while Diana was still alive due to palace rules. He needed to clear the way, and on August 31st, 1997, Princess Diana died in a car accident while being chased by the paparazzi with 3 other people in the car. But it appeared to be no accident. Suspiciously dying with her was her new man, Egyptian film producer Dodi Al-Fayed, who she was rumored to be pregnant with his child. His dad literally said that he is without a shadow of a doubt in his mind that his son was murdered because they allegedly didn't like his background and the fact that he's Muslim and didn't want him to be the stepdad to the future king. This wouldn't be a surprise if he was murdered because Diana literally said and thinks that the man that she loved before him, Barry, who also died in a suspicious car accident, was knocked off by the royal family.
A lot of these conspiracies just keep getting weirder and weirder, and you know, it's really hard to tell what's real and what's not anymore, so y'all just be safe out there. Let me know your thoughts in the comments.
Hello, my name is Ken Kaufman, 33 years old, healthy,
for the most part. Lately, something strange has been happening to me. I've been having these dreams of this thing standing there, watching me while I sleep. I drew a sketch. I've read about sleep paralysis where someone has these lucid dreams of this presence in their room. I've been waking up with excruciating headaches and these. I've never been a rough sleeper or have had any history of sleepwalking. Could it be the onset of a combination of sleeping disorders? I think it's concerning enough to seek help, but I can't afford it. At least, not right now. Tonight I'll be recording myself while I sleep to see exactly what I'm doing. It's clear.
You sure nothing's missing?
Nothing. I would know. I don't have much worth value anyways.
Make sure you keep all the doors and windows locked tonight. I'm gonna hang around the neighborhood and keep an eye on the house. And give me that videotape.
Lagi apa lu? Ini gue lagi nonton Sidot. Ngapain taruh gelas jatuh tuh pecah HP tuh? Tuh kan hampir aja. Nih pakai ginian nih. Pakai apa nih tuh? Ini nih. Oh ini. Iya itu. Dapat dari mana nih Bill? Ini di keran yang kuning ada nih kalau lu mau check out. Serius ada? Iya ada. Harganya terjangkau lagi. Ini bisa putar-putar juga ya? Iya bisa. Oh. Nah ini enak nih kalau nonton Bi. Nah, sambil nyemil, sambil ngerokok kan enak. Mantul banget. Ini lagi berapa harganya? Murah gitu terjangkau ya? Iya cek aja kalau yang mau. Oh oke gas nih. Kalau mau nih bagus banget nih. Bagus banget biar rekomendasi Bang Ribu. Iya. Kalau mau tuh cek keranjang kuning di bawah. Ya. Oke.
I thought this guy was literally just trying to sell me a product until I seen that little thing in the glass. I don't think I want to buy that product anytime soon. But you guys let me know what you think it is in the comments.
Magic.
Huh?
Magic.
I'm about to pay for my groceries with my door. That's the coolest thing ever.
This seems really weird and off, but could you imagine in 20 years this is really how people pay? I mean, it would not surprise me. The world is moving very fast and in a very weird direction, so...
Gonna get some juice first. Gonna get some juice for my movie.
Gonna get some juice. Orange juice. We made this orange juice. Gonna get some popcorn. Okay. Oh. Hello? Alrighty then. No way, no way, no way, no way, no way, no way. Oh no, 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 orange juice, no, 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 no. Open.
Oh my god. Oh my god, oh my god. Oh my...
Okay guys, so I'm hearing like noises coming from this back room. Oh my goodness, bro, it's happening again. Alright, I'm gonna go and look. As you can see, nobody's back here. Nobody's behind the door. Nobody just came out behind me. Like, I'm serious.
Oh my god, I really feel like someone or something is watching me, but I'm all alone.
This person does seem to be very soulless. As you can tell, they have a dark look in their eyes, and their eyes are just all black. And
Чего? Нету.
Нет.
Нет. Опять убери надолго. Если я куплю, солю, я вас воткну. Он двигается. Много будете говорить, я Софи.
I really don't think I'm ever gonna be able to escape this shit. Listen to it. Listen to that pedaling. Jesus.
I mean, this is my whole closet right here.
It's my kitchen.
What is going on this earth today? Can somebody please tell me they know what this creature is? Like, I've been looking in the comments below to see if anybody knows what this is, but nobody knows what this is. They're calling it a cryptid, some type of animal. And then when I look up cryptic animal, this thing don't even show up. It shows like the Loch Ness monster, it shows the Leviathan, dragons, all this type of stuff. But this thing does not come up. It is not no centipede. It is not no millipede. Can somebody please explain what in the hollow earth is going on here? Please. I mean, this year has been a smorgasbord for all kinds of new animals arising. Like, but this right here, man. Yeah, I would not want to be in this way. Not on a good day, not on a bad day, not any day, y'all. But yeah, does anybody know what this is? Please tag all your people.
This video does look off, but honestly, I would not be surprised if this was a real creature. You guys let me know what you think it is. It does look like some sort of insect, but I think it's a whole lot worse than that.
Salió de ahí de Marinela, Monterrey, de una línea que se llama Star. La verdad no sé para dónde iba, pero dicen que hay video.
That they find creepy shit on here, so I figured I'd record it to see what actually happens.
For this terrifying video, I couldn't find a source. However, I've never seen it before, and it all starts out when a group of friends decides to go randonauting. And initially, they were disappointed because they didn't find anything. That is until they find a trail of what looks like blood, and they decide to follow it. And it did not go well. But here's that first clip, and let me know what you think.
What the fuck is that?
It seems pretty fresh. Is that
What the?
Is it blood? I think it's fucking. No, that could be pain. Hold up, is that a trail? Wait, look.
So there's like a blood trail, so we're following it right now. So the blood leads over here, and it keeps going down that. So Matthew's gonna go down.
Look, there's more blood.
Okay, I'm running out of time. Like, and comment for part 2.
After following the trail to a dark alleyway, one of the guys volunteers to go it alone and see where it leads. And this is what happens.
Yeah, there's a thick trail. Like, look at this shit. Holy shit. That's kind of sus. Fuck. Alright, I'm going, guys. What the fuck? Hello? What? Nah, fuck no. Nah. Yo.
Honestly, it really could be someone that needs help, but it's a very risky situation. You never know if it's a trap or not. So the best thing is to just call the authorities and let them take it from there, because you do not want to put yourself at risk.
Se está cayendo.
Just do it, it's okay. Hold on. Whoa, it's still working, look.
Yeah, but put your hand.
Sorry.
Así que,
Put it right here? Oh, okay. What the? Oh, that's my hand.
Ma?
Let's get into this guy. I've never been a fan of him. I honestly think he's really creepy. And lately I've just been seeing a lot of things, and I came across this video of his old nanny talking about how she believes that he is the Antichrist. Now, one thing I don't do is play with all that spiritual stuff, and I really do try to not even really speak on a lot of things like this, because if there's a God, there is the Antichrist. If there is a God, there's a devil. And I don't think people really realize that. And you do have to be careful, like, especially with these celebrities. And lately that's been on me because these celebrities they really do play a huge influence in certain people's lives, especially these younger kids. Like, it seems like they're just so obsessed with these celebrities, and it's like, y'all don't even know these people. Be obsessed with your mom and dad, the people that provide for you. Those need to be people you look up to, not these celebrities that you know nothing about, what they stand for, or any of that. So basically on the video of his nanny talking, she basically talked about this family that came from Africa and how he did something really, really bad at a young age. They don't really talk about what exactly he did, but they said it was really awful. And how basically it makes sense to me because it's like he's so strong on these Neuralinks or whatever it's called, basically putting chips in people's heads, and I don't understand why. Like, first of all, why do you feel like you got it like that to where you just can put chips in people's head and experiment on them? Put a chip in your head. Then where this costume comes in, he's wearing this costume like that worships this devil worshiping costume or whatever it is to a costume party. I don't know. If he's not the Antichrist, he's most definitely doing something, marking the beast or whatever. But he's filthy rich. He has power to do any and everything. And I don't know, he just always been weird to me. I never really got too into him, but I done seen a few videos talking about how people think he's the Antichrist. But when I seen that video of his nanny, like, people want to say people like that is just crazy or they just don't have nothing else to do. This lady, about 70 years old, why would she, like, what would she get out of that? Saying that this man is the Antichrist. Somebody I nannied years ago. I'm just now coming out to the public and just wanting to bash him. No. Sometimes y'all gotta stop thinking people are crazy and listen to them. But ever since like I said, I'm an American Horror Story freak. I've talked about American Horror Stories in some of my past videos, and how I feel like I said, TV and this stuff, they show us, they tell us. And I feel like they do get this, they don't just get this stuff from nowhere. But on the show, the Antichrist, he was crazy when he was young. He's just awful, did all type of awful things, and he built himself up. And then another thing that I just noticed on the American Horror Story, the Apocalypse, if y'all haven't watched it, please watch it, because it'll make way more sense if you watched it and you watched this video of me talking about it. He basically got the help of these geniuses that work with robots, right? So the Antichrist, he's probably like 17, 18 years old. He don't know what to do, but he does know that he is the son of Satan. This is the show I'm talking about, y'all. So he finds this church, this Antichrist church, this devil worshiping church. They find out that he's the Antichrist, and they want the end of days to happen. The people at the church that worship Satan, they want the end of days. So they find out that he is the spawn of Satan, and they take him to these people, these guys that work with basically AI and robots and can do anything. And the reason they said that they used to be like broke, living out of a van, but then they sold their soul to the devil, and now they're billionaires and own the top AI and top robotic company in the world. So they helped him, basically in the world with science. All right. And now the math is mathing, y'all. Because I don't watch that specific season a million times. And now it do seem a little similar now. The Antichrist on the show got help from people that run the top robotic company in the world to end the world.
This stuff is just getting crazier and crazier. Y'all really need to be safe out there. Let me know your thoughts.
Let's talk about one of the creepiest Mexican videos on the internet right now. The Payaso de Toledo video. But before I show you a bit of this absolutely terrifying video, let's break it down a little bit. On June 24th, user El Payaso de Toledo would upload this video and go absolutely viral, getting 16 million views in 6 days. And in the video, you see him and his crew exploring La Casa del Diablo, which I think is located in Rosarito, Mexico, when suddenly they start to hear a strange voice calling out for help. And then they see this. I'm gonna show you a little clip. Here it is.
Dea.
¿Y por qué está aquí usted? Nunca lo hemos visto.
Uy. Uy.
¿Se escapó del hospital?
Ay, Dios mío.
¿Estás seguro que se escapó del hospital? ¿De qué hospital se escapó?
Payaso, esa persona no está bien. ¡Eres vivo! ¡Eres persona! Porque no contesta. No, o sea, si tiene una y la otra no. Mira, fíjate que no tiene una más. La otra sí la tiene, pero la otra no. ¿Ya viste? Mira, hasta tiene sangre. Trae líquido rojo. ¿Trae líquido rojo?
No conteste lo que le estamos preguntando, ¿eh?
Ay, Dios mío. No, espérate, payaso, porque pudiera ser una trampa y traemos a la diva. Traemos a la diva, payaso.
¿Hasta allá? Payaso, ¿hasta allá? Güey, payaso.
Mira, no, eso no es algo bueno, ¿eh?
No es algo bueno eso, no es algo bueno, mi gente. Mira, Liz, ¿tú estás viendo? No es algo bueno eso, mi gente. Eso no es algo bueno.
Mira, trae líquido rojo. Trae líquido rojo.
Hijo de su madre. A mí se me hace que es un... Eso no es algo bueno, gente. Oye, ayúdenme, por favor. Vamos a acercarnos. A ver, vamos a acercarnos, güey. Pero no te escapaste, ¿de qué seguro que te escapaste? ¿De qué hospital te escapaste? Padre nuestro que estás en el cielo, a ver. A ver, vamos, amigos. ¡Oh, no mames! Espérate.
That's probably fake, but that really just scared the freak out of me. So, you know, on to the next video.
This is why you always trust your pets. A woman by the name Rosanna began to experience strange things while moving into a new home. Then one day, as her cat begins to see something she can't, she decides to record the unusual moment and sees this. Something we can't see startles her cat. Based on her previous events and her cat's aggressive reaction, Rosanna believes something evil lives in that house.
After being out for a family meal celebrating a birthday, this family noticed something in the window. When they pull into their dry, all of the family were together. The house should be empty. Yet the figure of a child is seen looking out, then hiding from them when noticing the car pull up. While searching the house, no one could be found. No forced entry, so who or what was it they caught on camera?
I mean, honestly, they know their house better than anybody, so if there's nobody at the house, then there should be nobody at the house. So that's a very weird paranormal experience.
And shows a mysterious, faceless figure in their kitchen. What makes this sighting even creepier is that the friend claims to have seen the same figure walking down their hallway, but was unable to see its face. When he told his wife, she too said she had seen the same thing.
Dude, what the fuck?
Who's there?
Red. Red. Red.
But I think I heard David Robinson saying something about him in the Olympics. He's like, listen, man, I hung out with this dude. I watched him play 36 holes of golf after he just bust the best players in the world, bust their ass in practice. Then go to the beach, hang out a little bit, then go back, play cards all night long. And he's like, man, I am dying. I gotta go to sleep. Then hearing like this dude stayed up all night, gambling, hanging out, having fun. You know, MJ can gamble. He's a competitor. They had a game the next day. This dude came to shoot around. Boom, did his thing. Then game time comes. He was like, this is what I heard David Robinson saying. Maybe he did, maybe he did not say it. He's like, this dude has a deal with the devil. Because he went out and destroyed the team. He was like, I'm struggling to get up for this game. And I know I'm better than everybody, but this dude is full throttle. He is who he is. He was like, he's dancing with the devil. There's no way that this should be something that's real. And I think there's a competitive nature to it because you just spoke to it. You didn't sleep when you won. You didn't sleep when you lost because that's just the competitor in you.
Has Kanye West been cloned? If you've been on TikTok for all of 5 seconds, you've probably heard this Kanye West conspiracy theory stating that the rapper has actually been replaced with a clone.
They see this. A woman by the name Valerie uploaded a horrifying footage captured by a neighbor's home surveillance cameras after something scary broke into their house in the middle of the night. Through the cameras, they see this. Just beside their house, a strange lanky-limbed creature can be seen bursting out from their yard. After finding out this thing was inside their home, the family sent the video to all neighbors with a message warning them of this strange creature roaming the area. Some viewers believe this could simply be a prank, but given its appearance and the fact that it purposely broke into someone's house, makes this footage more unsettling. Hoax or cryptid, I'll let you decide.
So I keep seeing that Randonautica thing all over TikTok and I really want to try it out. So I just downloaded the app and I found a location that's like 1.5 miles by my house.
This is why you don't go randonauting when you don't know what you're doing. TikTok user Taylor Vasquez wanted to try the app out for herself. And if you don't know, this app gives you random coordinates based on your own manifestations. And while the science behind it is unproven, that didn't stop Taylor from manifesting something near her home where she saw strange pictures that she couldn't explain. But here's the first clip, and let me know what you think.
Alright, so I think I gotta go this way down a creek. Alright, this one I found so far. Pretty creepy. I'll go see what that is. Okay, so I just opened up one of the photos, and it's whatever the that is. Then we have these random 3. This one's It's Your Birthday with the snowman with... And these 2 I just put together. It's like, play with me. Alright, I think it was just my imagination. I think I'm just hearing shit, but I'm trying to read these. I swear I'm friendly. Play with me. I swear I'm friendly. Play with me.
Now, after her first video went viral, a viewer pointed out something that she didn't see while she was there. And while Taylor doesn't have an active TikTok account anymore, she did end up going back to the same spot and finding a notebook. But I'll leave that for part 2 if you want it. But here's what she caught on camera.
No one was with me, and tell me if you guys think that looks like a ghost child, because I don't know. But I didn't know if she photoshopped it or not. So I went to my videos and I screenshotted the exact part that she shows right there. And I see the face too.
Honestly, this doesn't seem like some sort of coincidence because obviously you can see these papers and then she sees some sort of creepy spirit behind her that's stalking her. Let me know in the comments what you guys think.
Showers. Why my water bill is $600 a month. Good. I'm standing right here. I don't know what you want me to do, Bob. See, nothing in here, man. Nathan. Time to move.
It's time.
So besides what's going on in the rest of the world, y'all, a huge sinkhole just opened up in the middle of this town in South Africa, y'all. Look at this. This is huge and not to mention deep. He doesn't even want to look in the hole to see how deep this is. But yo, oh man, let me see. Nah, bro. Look at this. So not just in the town of South Africa, but just by a road as well. Look at this.
And our road is going to be opening soon. As we're talking, it's steering away. As we're talking, it's steering.
This is one of their main roads, y'all. And there's a big sinkhole that opened right next to it. And it's still cracking. It's not even done yet. Look at this, y'all. What is going on? Look. They said not to walk along the road. I mean, that's common sense. That's common sense that nobody would walk across the road. But look at this.
Now, just after 8 o'clock, where I am standing now, on the Donda West road.
This dude is following us now.
But pull over on the side of the road and wave at him.
Let's do it. Seriously. We just turned again, and he followed behind us again.
Pull over and ask him if I can help him.
No, take another turn.
Take another turn.
Yeah, take another
And
turn.
1.3 miles, we have to turn again.
If he follows us again, we pull over. Alright, so this is the guy. We're gonna see if he turns behind and follows us again. Bruh! Okay, pull over. Alright, we finna say something. He finally turned. He stopped. He's about to turn. He said, "Come here." He went like this.
Car right there. The car has been it's been following us. Like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Do you see that? Why does he keep doing that? Oh my god. Maybe get away. Oh my god, oh my god. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. What is he? No, he's still following us. I got his license plate. He's being pulled over. He's being pulled over. He's being pulled over. Just slow down, slow down, slow down. He's being pulled over. He has to stop at the stop sign.
900 feet, turn right onto Northeast.
Oh my god, why is he following us? Police is chasing him. What the f is wrong with him? He's literally getting pulled over and he's still chasing us. What the hell is wrong with this guy?
You guys really need to be safe out there because you never know who could be seeing you, who could be stalking you, who could be following you. So you really need to be careful. Just be safe out there.
Okay, so am I tripping? Or okay, so the noise is my turtle. And I'm home alone, right? But the reflection shows
That's me. Come here. In here. Come here. Come here. I'll talk to you. Come here.
This is on the horror film. This is in my house.
Fam, I'm back again with another video. This is a warning. I said it before and I'm gonna say it again. We got demon-like dragons posted up in residential areas right now, speaking curses into the atmosphere. If you have not activated your shield, you are a target. You will be affected by this. Understand? Some of y'all might say, what is the shield? What are you talking about? What's the shield? Your vibration. If your vibration is not high enough, you are not activating your shield. There is no shield, and you are a target, and you will be a victim. To those who are like myself, we will be targeted by the ones that are falling victim to these damn curses that are being spoken onto them. They're coming for us. I was just cussed out, you guys, from a person I don't even know. I'm out and about at a store. This man came out of nowhere. Most people are like, oh, that's mental health. I said, no, that's a demon. That man.
Going in front of someone's house in the middle of the night dressed like that is not gonna get you into nobody's house. I really hope this is fake, but you guys let me know in the comments. I am not letting this dude in my house at night.
Bro, I know he's too fast, bro. No, nigga, he's too fucking fast. Bro, no, nigga, he's right. Bro, go on.
Well, I am definitely not going to be sleeping tonight, so there's some very scary occurrences, and it does seem to be a lot of possession and a lot of demonic energy.
Hello? I get me some trail mix and...
help you? Hello?
What the hell? What the fuck?
There's really a lot of dark stuff going on out there, so you guys really need to be careful. Please let me know what you guys think in the comments. Any opinions, any thoughts.
And encounters something pretty creepy.
老弟们，这个反正是后边有个东西啊，起雾了啊！老弟们，这屋里一直都冒烟，起雾了啊！起雾了啊！我操！娃娃！哎呦我的小孩！英灵！哎呦我操！我操你妈！我操你妈！哎呦我操你妈！英灵啊！英灵啊！
Has Kanye West been cloned? If you've been on TikTok for all of 5 seconds, you've probably heard this Kanye West conspiracy theory stating that the rapper has actually been replaced with a clone. But where does the conspiracy come from? The answer, surprisingly, is that it originates from Kanye West himself. West is no stranger to controversy or sometimes off-the-wall remarks, and this recent freestyle of his is no exception.
The only, the real, not the phony. The phony will clone me. Just watch how they clone me. And
But that's not all. People have taken to social media with height comparisons of Kanye and various celebrities before and after the supposed cloning took place. West's height is 5'8", and here he is with his former wife, Kim Kardashian, who is 5'2". West's new wife, Bianca Censori, is purportedly only 1 inch shorter than him at 5'7", but there are multiple photographs showing Censori who looks much shorter than West wearing heels, even while he's more or less barefoot. But the rumors don't end there. West's general appearance and strange new habit of wearing upper body padding has sparked some unusual headlines along with his strange new fashion choices. And the rapper himself keeps making strange allusions to other celebrities and various pop culture conspiracy theories.
Do you know the first time I ever took medication why I was? Because I got mad at paparazzi.
I'm so sorry.
You know what paparazzi was?
No.
The same one that shot Britney.
No.
We ain't going nowhere, baby.
You've been here for years.
And if I ever, if I ever went anywhere, we'd know why. You understand what I'm saying?
West and Censori also made headlines after West's recent attack on the brand Balenciaga for its recent highly controversial and incredibly shady ad campaign, only to show up shopping at a Balenciaga store. Definitely an unusual 180 to make after coming out so hard against the brand. So, is all this just West's attempt to stay in the headlines or something more sinister? I'll let you be the judge, but I'd love to know what you think. Is Kanye West a clone, or is this all just one big publicity stunt?
I'm gonna say this is fake just for the fact that I do not want to be thinking about this at night, because if this is real, I'm absolutely terrified. So you guys let me know.
It honestly blows my mind how nobody's talking about this. The truth about Bob Marley. Bob Marley was a singer back in 1977. For those who don't know, he died in 1977 from a type of cancer in his big toe. But here's when things get crazy. He didn't get cancer from a natural way. An ex-CIA agent actually literally admitted to giving Bob Marley cancer. Here's how the whole story went. A fan approached him at a concert and offered him a pair of boots as a gift. And of course, Bob Marley, being the peaceful man that he was, accepted the gift. And the fan insists that he tried them on, so he put them on, and then he said, "Ouch, my brother!" because there was a needle inside the boots that pricked his big toe. And back then, in the time, him and his family didn't think anything of it. They just thought it was some random spike. But guess what? Years later, that same big toe that got poked was the same big toe that got diagnosed with cancer, which is what caused his death. All he wanted to do was spread love.
There's honestly no telling what else could be going on in this world, so you guys be safe out there. Just give me your opinions.
Katie, I'm home alone, and I can hear myself saying my own name.
Help me, Katie.
What the f***?
Katie.
Katie!
Hello? Hello?
Katie.
Mom? What the hell is going on? Hello? Hello?
Katie, help me. Katie.
Who threw that? Oh my god. Hello?
Katie. Katie, help me.
Help us!
Dad?
Turn around.
Mom? What is going on? Hello? Hello? Ow! What the hell? You just see me put that there. What the hell is going on?
Here. Help us. Katie, help me.
I'm here, Steve.
Katie, here.
We need your help.
Katie, help us.
Very things we should know and have the answer to and need to be at the ready to give to everyone an answer of that blessed hope that we have that Jesus is coming to rapture us before the 7-year tribulation, which we are on the end of.
This next video was recorded by two friends who caught something very strange while taking a walk through a secluded forest. Both friends were shooting a video for a small project, but little did they know that the spot they were shooting at had a chilling history. The story goes that a few years ago, a boyfriend and girlfriend were camping somewhere deep inside this forest where nobody could see them. The reason for choosing this spot was so that no one would catch them doing drugs. But this was a bad idea. Within just a few hours of taking a hard substance, the boyfriend suddenly falls to the ground and begins to convulse. He had taken too much and eventually passed away. Immediately, the girlfriend began to scream for help, but nobody came. Now sadly, she too had passed away, but her cause of death remains unknown. It wasn't until much later that the police arrived and found their bodies. Ever since then, the forest has been said to be haunted by the spirit of the couple. Although some believe this, the following footage has left many wondering if something haunts this place. The two friends are walking alone inside this forest when this is captured.
What if I screamed and scared the demons? They would mimic your scream. Oh. me anyways. Maybe it's just a bunch of kids trying to summon demons. That in the forest we're in? Yeah.
Upon listening closely, the sound of faint screams can be heard coming from the forest. The two girls initially shrug it off as they think it might be some kids playing around in the woods. But as they continue to listen, they begin to realize that the screams are getting louder and more frequent.
The more you listen, the less scary it sounds. The more I listen, the more scary it sounds. I sound like one of those now. Oh, you got it. Yeah.
The screams seem to be coming from someone who needs help. However, the source of the screams can't be found. Given the history of this place, which is said to be haunted, the two girls quickly fled in a panic. It's unknown as to who was screaming, but many viewers think that calling the police would have been the right thing to do, as it could be that someone was crying for help. Some believe that this might have been the spirit of the girlfriend who passed away in this forest. Others can't help but think that this was an actual person in need of help. If that's the case, then this video becomes a whole lot scary. Now, the girls eventually did call the police, but the rest of the story is unknown. So then, just what exactly was going on inside this forest? As with most videos whose original source is unknown, this one remains a mystery.
There are a lot of strange occurrences that go on in the woods, so you never really know who could be out there or what could be out there. But seeing the backstory, it could honestly be something paranormal. Let me know what you guys think.
Guys, I was just sitting here replying to emails, and you won't believe what happened. The bear freaking floated up in the air. This little teddy bear that Sophia bought me for Mother's Day literally floated in the air. Watch this shit. What the fuck? Dude, what the hell? Dude. Leave us alone!
Do you notice anything scary about this photo? How about this one? Both of these photos were taken hours before this restaurant sadly burned down. Both of these photos also showcase a man with an upside down face. There he is here, inside the restaurant, and this is him here outside of the restaurant. This man is always seen at the scenes of tragedy, before or after it happens. Have you ever seen the man with the upside down face? Let me know your thoughts on this legend in the comments below.
¿Quién?
Luego se abrió la regadera sola.
Okay, are my eyes playing tricks on me? I could have sworn I saw the arm go up. Whoa, wait, no way. Did anybody, wait. The arm right there. Am I just tripping?
Thank you guys for watching the video. I appreciate everyone watching. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what part made you tremble in your boots. And we're going to be on to the next video.